Heat&Energy for Miss Reynolds' class. I'm Miss McConnell.
I'm Miss Alfire.
I'm Miss Tori.
Right. So, when we had talked earlier...
I'm sorry. You guys seem really excited.
I'm super excited. You just can't see it here. When we talked earlier, we had talked about our investigation question. Does anybody remember what the investigation question is?
What happens when a cold object comes across us?
Awesome. So we are going to do an experiment today when a cold object comes in contact with a warm object. Now, when we do this experiment, we're going to make some observations. Does anybody know what kind of observations that we'll need to make? Patrick?
I don't think they even know that.
Like what happens to the hot water? What happens to the cold water? That kind of observation?
Yes.
Yes. Temperature?
Yep, temperature. You don't think they would
I
know
don't know if they know that. Have you told them what they're doing?
Oh, yeah, no.
What does it mean to make a good observation?
Okay. Class, what does it mean to make a good observation? Does anybody know? Also,
Like paying attention to your surroundings.
paying attention to your surroundings. That's very good. Andy?
To notice things and remember them.
To notice things and remember them. What's a good way to remember them? Is there something that could help you with that?
You could write it down.
Write it down? Yes. So anybody else? Patrick?
Use your senses, all your senses.
Use all your senses? Perfect.
Well, our experiment today, and we're going to make some observations. Now, what is a good science practice to stay safe? Are we supposed to eat our materials?
No.
If it's hot cocoa.
No. No, we're just observing. We're not even observing how it tastes. We're actually just going to observe it with our thermometers. And Jenna's going to share a little bit of how to use a thermometer.
Okay, have any of you guys ever used a thermometer before?
Yes.
No.
You have?
When we're sick, my mommy does.
Yes. Not a thermometer like this. We don't want to put these in our mouth. The thermometers have a Celsius and a Fahrenheit, and we will be using the Celsius side. As you can tell, it goes from -30 to 110. It won't get to 110 though. Hopefully it's not that hot. But between 20 and 30, can you guys see the little marks in between there?
Yes.
Okay, those are a degree. Does anyone know what a degree is? No? That's like the temperature. You say it's 97 degrees outside. That's the temperature. So on ours, we're going to put the thermometers in the water or in the bag of ice, and you will watch it. And we are going to do it over 10 minutes. So once we hand this all out, the first thing you will do is look at your thermometer and the starting temperature. If you would write that in the first spot when you get your worksheet, which is like, it's going to say 0. And then we will count, and every minute you will take its temperature. Okay? No?
Okay.
I think so. So the third and fourth grade classes are pretty low. The split classes, which you all have, I think, and they don't have a lot of experiences with reading thermometers. So, class, do you all have ideas about how they could provide more support to their kids in reading thermometers?
I know that in my computer class, we did what is the smartboard tool? What is like the smartboard notebook? On Notebook, there's an interactive thermometer graphic that you can use. Might be a good graphic to pull up on the smartboard.
Yes. Did you guys hear that?
The one on it.
Yeah, so I would encourage you to use one of the smartboards. Because the whole point of their lesson is to, their whole lesson is relying on the skill about your lessons relying on particular skills. So the kids don't have the skill of how to read a thermometer. They are, toast. You can't even do your explain if they don't read the temperature right. And so just remember that and emphasize that. Okay, good.
Make sure you don't touch these containers that she's passing out because they are warm. They have hot water in them. And if you want to, go ahead and try and read your thermometers and then write down which one you want to put in the cold water and which one you want to put in the hot water. Not yet. Just write down what temperature it's at. For this year.
That was my only read sheet. Was supposed to make nowadays usually read
Sorry.
this.
35 degrees. Oh, is it zero? Well, then what's the other one?
So now if we open the bag, and then we can make the other thermometer.
So I would have you set up where your thermometers are in the bag. Yeah.
Around that number.
19.
Yeah. So
You've really got to tighten the instructions so it's like it's complex. Okay, should we start? Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good.
So we don't include.
Great weekend.
The thermometer inside the containers, one in your bag and one in the container. You can drop that ice bag into the water.
Why do you join Andy's group? I feel bad that you're not able to participate.
okay, now
Just
you
leave that
guys,
in the middle.
every time it gets to like the 5, you guys, the second it gets to
Or
5.
join Patrick's group, actually. There's a few people in there.
What the day is.
He's good. I think maybe summer. I thought you listened to it.
Yeah, no, I like it. So like,
No, are you still okay? I know I said that. Are you really direct? So I apologize. I don't want you guys to guys are really like direct. No, go ahead. I was gonna say I have.
On Mondays, we were
Always good to ask you, like,
Mark a minute.
What do you mean? It's not at 5. No, I thought you were 5. Oh my God.
Class? Okay, does everyone have, or can one group raise their hand and tell me what their thermometer started at for the warm water? Okay.
41 degrees.
And then what did you respond?
41 degrees what?
41 degrees what?
Fahrenheit. Celsius.
Celsius. Good.
Sorry.
Okay, can another group raise their hand and tell me for the cold water?
We had 19 degrees.
Okay, does anyone have their minute?
Oh, ours passed.
Megan?
We have 38 degrees Celsius. I don't think we 30.
11? Oh, you guys have their 2 minutes.
I think what you should do is get everybody to do this 0 and then say start and then have everybody just go and do it together. So do you want to try that now? Just pretend that we don't have our one?
Yeah.
And try that and tell us what to do. Or go practice. Or whoever's in charge of doing the instructions. Because otherwise this is just going to be too chaotic.
Alright, so just kind of start over.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright guys, so now that we have our baggies in the water, everybody has their starting tents, right?
Yes.
Alright, so in 10 seconds we're all going to start and record together. For the sake of time we're going to do 5 minutes. Is that?
You have 4 minutes on
Is that like 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Alright, start.
Oh, so we already did one.
I gotta call time out. I thought you guys were gonna assign roles to this. Like one person, did I miss this? Like one person's gonna be looking at the thermometer and the hot water. One person's gonna be looking at the thermometer and the cold water, and then one person's in charge of writing down. Or not? Did it? Okay, we'll just keep going and we'll see what happens. I'll meet with you.
Alright, we have about 20 seconds until the minute mark. So go ahead and check the temperature on your thermometers. Like this should be rising.
Jenna, this group had 22 degrees Celsius.
For minute 2.
Yeah, for the warm water. And then Erica, what did you have for the cold? Because you stayed on 5 degrees Celsius. 5 degrees Celsius.
Okay, we'll put those.
Thanks, Erica.
I was stressing out. I was like, oh my gosh, she was so she's mad at us.
No, I'm sorry. I just was stressed about making sure I did it in terms of time.
Okay,
Okay, good.
we tried to organize it.
Wow, way over our heads.
Oh, yeah. I got carried away. What were you going to do next? We're over. Okay, we're gonna stop. Okay, what were some of the? So I need to work with this group, and this is hard because theirs is theirs in the odor group, the smell group. They're using quantitative data. So quantitative data, we have to be really precise, and so I'll work with this group to help them think about how to support students in making precise quantitative observations. So what were some of the effective teaching moves you noticed?
Talking about the science class.
Yeah, that was nice. Getting us thinking about those. Good, what else?
I like the graph they had up on the wall, so you had like our numbers were kind of, or we missed the first reading, so you were able to look up on the wall for kind of guidance of where we should be.
Yeah, that was a nice chart. And yeah, you all may want to put that on smart boards. Every classroom has smart boards, and they use the smart boards really more than they use chart paper. So I thought that chart was nice.
But we knew that your computer didn't.
I know.
So we were planning for what we had to do.
Good, that was good. That was smart. Anything else? Good. So it circulated and asked questions. All right, we've got to move along. So Patrick, group.
Okay.
You guys have probably already cut short, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
And then we got